Good morning once again. My name is Nikola Savic. I'm a project coordinator of Circle U project at the University of Belgrade. And for the first part till noon, I will be your host basically. And I guess that we can start. So I would like to invite Kevin to give an welcoming words at the beginning of Symposium. Kevin?
So good morning, everybody. I'm Kevin Guillaume. I'm the Secretary General of Circle U for almost 4 years now. I'm very pleased to be here this morning in front of my screen with you. And first of all, I would like to thank our colleagues in Belgrade and Pisa for organizing that, and especially Professor Marcelloni and Maric for leading this knowledge up on AI. As you might know, Circle U have been started already now almost 5 years ago. And Circle U is one of the 65 alliances of European university that we have across Europe. And I will not be long, but just to remind you a bit the context in which we are, working together, the 9 universities together for almost 5 years now. Back in 2017, the French President Macron made a speech at La Sorbonne in France about really pushing transnational cooperation between universities. We know that we have the Erasmus program for more than 30 years. We have different programs and the Research Innovation Framework program also in Europe that has been really key in the cooperation between universities. But of course, facing the challenges that we have today and tomorrow, and also linked to AI, we know that we can do much more. In Circle U, we have amongst the 9 universities, amongst the best and leading universities in Europe. But despite of that, and despite the quality of the researcher, despite the quality of the academics and scientists and students that we have in our university, the challenges that we have today and that we will have tomorrow are so big that, of course, we need to collaborate even more. So that was the basic idea of the universities, first 7 universities together, and then in the course of the dynamic, Pisa and Vienna joined us. And today we have been working for almost 5 years together in the 9 universities, I would say on all the aspects. And I think that's really what is unique in Circle U and the alliances, is that we are not in a project. It's not just working for 3 or 4 years or something that we have committed to the European Commission or to the project, but it's really to try to reflect and transform what we are doing in terms of education, research, and societal outreach. And of course, we are huge universities, big alliances. We are amongst the 3 biggest alliances in Europe. We have more than 500,000 students across our 9 universities. We have more than 70,000 staff members. We have plenty of programs and research projects, of course. And therefore, we made a decision, or we, when I say that, it's your leaders, your rectors and president, decided to focus on 4 main priority areas, including AI, but also global health, democracy, and climate. And the idea basically is to see together, to pool also our resources, to pool our expertise, our knowledge, and see how we can push the boundaries of what we are doing in those thematic area, not only in terms of education and what we can offer to students, but also in terms of research and innovation, and see what we can do. I guess that Professor Marcelloni and Maric will also present that there is, of course, a really strong interdisciplinary dimension in the knowledge of AI. We have some academic chairs, so your university have appointed some academics to really work directly on this knowledge of AI with different background, with different interests, research interests, which makes, I think, really rich also our capacity to work on AI together. And I think that we have plenty of ambition, of course, and Professor Marcelloni and Maric with the academic chairs have been working and discussing about what we could do together. And of course, the symposium is in a way also a kickoff to engage with the academic community across our 9 universities. And I think it's really important, even if we have some academic chairs that have been appointed by your university to work directly on Circle U, we need, of course, to engage directly with those peers, those academics that are not directly involved in Circle U, but that can really bring that. And that's why I'm really happy also to see in the program today and tomorrow that we have other academics that are really sharing also their field of expertise, their project, their research to make sure that we can have a really fruitful discussion and really see what we can do together. So that was my short introduction. Again, really happy to be here. I'm really looking forward to the results. And maybe two other aspects that I wanted to share with you. First, a really concrete one. You have maybe seen that there is a seed funding scheme and a call that have been launched lately, in which any academics and researcher can apply with a partner from the other university. So we will put maybe the link on the chat. So please do not hesitate to look at the call, to think about projects that you would like to submit, some proposal that you would like to submit. And please also refer to the Circle website, where there are also some other possibilities, especially for early career researcher, to be supported through Circle, also to work with partners in other universities across Circle. So again, thanks a lot. I wish you a really fruitful symposium. I will have to leave just for an hour because I have another meeting, but I will join you afterwards to follow also the discussion and the different sessions that have been proposed in this really rich program. So thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. It's always good to know that we have support for what we're doing from Secretary General of our organization. So there now I would like to ask Professor Marcelloni to give us an opening speech for the symposium. Since for those who don't know, Professor Marcelloni and Professor Maric are directors of this hub. So, Professor, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Can you see my slide? Is okay? Okay, thank you very much for just giving me the floor. And I would like to thank Kevin for the introduction to the Circle U and also to the Knowledge Hubs in general. I would like to thank the University of Belgrade for the organization of this fourth symposium of the Knowledge Hub on AI. And of course, in particular, I would like to thank Nicola and Miroslav for the organization. The aim of this short presentation is just to introduce a little this Knowledge Hub on artificial intelligence, also to give some introduction in general to Circle U. Circle U exists since several years, but we have the impression that we want just to really promote more about Circle U initiatives and the idea that we have to make this alliance sustainable also in the future. I want to introduce very briefly what is a Knowledge Hub. The Knowledge Hub hosts activities created with and for various stakeholders. And the main idea is just to going beyond what is possible within every single university, because this is actually the strong point inside the European Alliance to create a community of university and just to propose something that is not possible to implement in the single university, but is possible when you just create this alliance. The main idea at the beginning was to create some inter and transdisciplinary approach just for having some innovative teaching and learning methods. In the last period, we started to talk about also research collaboration, because I strongly believe that this is a way to make really sustainable this alliance towards really the future. At the moment, we have 4 knowledge hubs, as Kevin really introduced before. We have the 3 historical knowledge hub, democracy, climate, and the global health, were born with really the first Circle U Alliance some years ago. But in the last years, we introduced also this knowledge hub on AI. Why we need really this knowledge hub about AI? Because AI is expected to have a significant impact on human society, including university in the future. Most of the people just talk about AI today, and we have a lot of discussion about really the advantages of the AI, but also the risk of AI. And we want to discuss inside the Alliance how we can really cope with the development of the AI, but taking in consideration, of course, the risk that we have. So the idea is just to develop it inside this knowledge hub, to develop AI that's we define the good AI, because we won't take in consideration all the societal aspect of the AI today. In particular, the Knowledge Hub on AI will address the challenge of human-centered, inclusive, and equitable AI, and will promote the development and the use of robust, ethical, safe, and trustworthy sustainable AI. So, why we should take in consideration all these aspects in this Knowledge Hub? We are sure, because a lot of really prediction just will give this information to us, that the AI will produce a very big annual impact on economy. Just some estimation talk about 26,000 billions in the world. But of course, we just will have in the future a number of applications and services, but we don't have only advantages from economical point of view or for society, but we have also possible risk. And these risks are inherent to the algorithms using AI, because we use machine learning algorithms that enables computer to anonymously learn from training data, but of course, these algorithms just produce in these models possible risk that we have in the data. Just to give you an example, if these data are influenced by biases, this will inevitably be propagated to the learned models. But we can have also problem of robustness of these models. And of course, we have to take in consideration also the impact on sustainability, because we have high energy and water consumption. To take in consideration this aspect, these aspects are inherent of the algorithms we use. But of course, we have also risk arisen from the improper use of AI. For instance, we can have application of social scoring, real-time biometric surveillance, and a manipulated system, just very few examples of improper use. We know that in Europe, just to real cope with this type of risk, we just give the light of the AI Act, the first really global regulation about AI. What are the interaction of the Knowledge Hub of AI with the other Knowledge Hub? We know that AI is very pervasive today, so we can really meet everywhere. And in particular, we have really the impact of AI on democracy, on climate, and on global health. So in terms of democracy, for instance, we know that the AI can be used to generate misinformation. But what is very interesting, the AI can be also used to really detect, for instance, fake news. So we have this dual use of the AI. In one side, we use the AI just to create misinformation and just to manipulate the society. On the other side, the AI can be really exploited for avoiding this type of problems. We should also avoid that the people trust too much in AI system. So we have just to find also this balance in really trust very much on AI, because of course the people should continue to think about the rules and the society in the correct way. We have interaction with the climate Knowledge Hub. Why? Because of course the AI has impact on the climate. We know that the learning algorithms needs just very powerful server and powerful processing units just to be trained. And of course, this really produces a lot of energy consumption. But we don't have only the problem of energy consumption, we have also the problem for water consumption. So this means that the AI will impact in the future the climate, in the sense that we have, of course, energy consumption and water consumption. In terms of global health, most of the applications we have today in AI are really applications towards really global health. We have improved diagnostic, we have personalized medicine, we have predictive analysis, and so on. This means that we have just to create this bridge between AI and the global health. knowledge hub. Just talking about other structure that we have inside the Circle U Alliance, we have also this teaching innovation lab, and we can use the AI also in this case in a double way, because AI can help the learning process, but we should be careful that, of course, the AI will not impact too much the learning outcomes. So we should really create some guidelines to understand how in teaching and learning the AI can be used. I would like to thank a lot the team of academic chairs. Just to explain a little what is the organization of a Knowledge Hub in Circle U. The Knowledge Hub consists of a group of people, one representative for each university. In particular, this role is denoted as academic chair, and this is the list of the academic chairs from the single university for the Knowledge Hub on AI. I am the academic director, and Miroslav Maric is the academic co-director for this Knowledge Hub. We are really sharing this organization of the Knowledge Hub. But I would like to thank, of course, Yves Deville, Mark Hogenberg, Stefan Hoffen, Gergely Bersley, Guillaume Wisnik, and Christine Audi, and Alexander Meyer. What's our idea about this Knowledge Hub? We want just to have long-term sustainability of the Alliance. And to have this long-term sustainability, we have just to create something that's become to be very stable along the time. So we are thinking about predefining the learning path for student mobility, just organizing some combination of possible courses that in each university the students can really attend in mobility. We are thinking about possible double degrees, of course related to something in which we have the AI. This idea is very, very relevant today because the European Council takes steps towards a new joint European degree level. At the starting point is just to have double degree. We want to organize a lifelong learning just related to AI. And of course, to make this alliance very stable and very sustainable in the future, we have to create research collaboration. This is the main aim of this symposium, just to present what are the research activities in the single university to really boost some possible collaborations in the future. Another very interesting topic we would like just to develop in the future is public engagement. To provide, just to really face with this our goals and our dreams, we want to create some focus groups inside the Knowledge Hub, just related to AI and some specific fields. What we did at the moment? We launched just a collection of information in November, just to understand what is the level in the single university of the use of AI and also of course courses, programs on AI or research activity on AI. At the moment, all the university just provided this information. We are working on the analysis of this data with our idea to just create something, as I told before, that can be stable in the future in the Alliance. During this collection information, we asked to the single university to provide information about programs and courses, research group and main project, dissemination and outreach, and third mission. Just to give you an idea, these are the programs in the University of Pisa about AI, but we realized that in other universities we have similar programs, and this can be, of course, the starting point to talk about possible double degrees. In terms of research collaboration, today and tomorrow we will have this symposium about AI in Circle U, connecting mind, shaping the futures. And of course, we want to start with this presentation just to encourage all the researchers in the single university to collaborate to each other. We are organizing a summer school towards human-centered, inclusive, and equitable AI. The summer schools will be located in Pisa, and the dates are 15-19 September 2025. Please, if you are interested, or if you know that some PhD students can be interested in this summer school, please just register to the summer school. For all the PhD students in the the universities of the Alliance, this summer school are free, so please just promote this summer school for the PhD students in your university. In terms of the interaction between the learning process and the AI, we are launching a survey on the use of generative AI in research and in teaching. The idea is to understand if we have some example of the use of generative AI in the single university, with the aim just to really collect these experiences and also really to promote this experience in other universities. But the final objective should be just to have some guidelines for the use in teaching and research of these new tools that we are using based on generative AI. The idea is also just to have a workshop to present how generative AI is used in teaching, pointing out possible challenges that we certainly we have. Another idea on which we are working is to really have some joint master thesis. So we want just to propose a list of possible topics for joint master thesis. Each professor, each researcher can really just suggest some possible topics, and we are creating a web page just to receive this proposal and just to find the way to match the proposal, of course, with the students, but also with some corpus supervisor in another university. What is the final objective of this idea of joint master thesis is just to really promote some collaboration with different research groups in the different universities. So in this way, we will have just 2 or more supervisors from 2 universities, and this, of course, encourage the collaboration between the single university and give also the possibility to the students to pass some months to another university during the development of the master thesis. We are working also about the idea of a PhD consortium. We want just to promote as much as possible the co-tutor at the level of the PhD. This is a very interesting aspect just to create collaboration between different research groups. And we want just share PhD courses and initiatives in the single university shared to the Alliance. Our idea is just to create a catalog with these courses to give the possibility to the PhD student in the single university of the Alliance just to really attend these courses. As we told several times in this presentation, AI is very pervasive. So we have really different possible application of AI, and it's fundamental just to organize this knowledge group in focus group. Our idea is just to start with some focus group on AI in learning, AI in climate, AI in democracy, just to really activate with interaction with the other knowledge hub. But of course, we are just available to think about other focus groups. So I invite everyone just to consider this possibility of this focus group and just also to suggest possible focus group on the application of AI to single different fields. The focus group will be in charge, of course, also of the organization of thematic events. This is an overview of what we are doing in terms of this knowledge hub. Of course, as I told you before, we are open to receive suggestions from everyone, and we just invite everyone to be very proactive because it's fundamental that everyone can really contribute with this knowledge hub, but in general with the Circle U activities, with the aim just to make really sustainable this alliance in the future. I thank you, thanks all the presenter for their attention, and I will just give the floor again to Nicola, and thank again for the organization of the University of Belgrade.
Thank you, thank you, Francesco, for a very nice introductory presentation, which basically shows what are the aims and what Circle U plans to do in this field. Now I would like to invite Professor Maric to give his speech at the beginning of the symposium.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues and guests, dear students and friends. It is a great honor for me to welcome you to AI in Circle U, Connecting Minds, Shaping the Future Symposium. This event brings together members of Circle U Alliance, a network of European universities committed to fostering academic collaboration, critical thinking, and responsible innovation. We are delighted to have you with us today. You have joined us from different institutions and countries, united by a common interest in the future of artificial intelligence. At the beginning, we would like to thank our opening speakers, Mr. Guillaume and Professor Francesco Marcelloni, for their offering perspectives that will help us move our discussions forward. Our sincere thanks also go to the University of Belgrade, the host of this event, and to the entire organizing team whose efforts, coordination, and commitment have made it possible for us to come together in this virtual setting. The main goal of this symposium is not only to share knowledge, but also to foster collaboration across disciplines, institutions, and cultures. In the upcoming sessions, we encourage all participants to engage openly, listen actively, and contribute truthfully. The strength of this symposium lies in the diversity of perspectives, and lasting value will come from the connections we build. Over the next 2 days, we will address key issues in the development and application of AI, its ethical, educational, and societal dimensions, and what the universities can and must play in guiding the development and application of these technologies in a responsible way. While we meet online, the need for real, meaningful collaboration has never been greater. Let this symposium be an opportunity not only to learn, but also to build trust, share responsibility, and imagine what we can achieve together. Thank you once again for being here. I wish you all a warm welcome, and let's connect minds and shape the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Maric. So I already so now we can start, and the idea behind is basically to hear what each of universities, which is part of Circle U, is doing in this field. And I have to add that I got several questions about material and then symposium. It will be available later. I guess it's going to be on YouTube channel of Circle U. So later on, you can see all presentations and the whole symposium over there. And now it's time to present Humboldt University Berlin. And therefore, I would like to ask colleagues from Berlin to give a speech. Like 2 minutes ago, I got an email from Professor Meyer that he's not able to attend due to some other obligations that arise in the very last moment. But we have another colleague from Berlin, Professor Montavon, if I pronounce it right. So may I ask you to give us a presentation So since we have only one presenter, you can take a bit more time if needed, and then we can have a short discussion.